Okay, this we're just going to be talking about um, what we've been doing lately at EMR Event Park in New Milford. Our team is called the Patriots. We're out of Wilkes-Barre, Scranton, and we've been doing open play sessions. We've been taking over the gameplay, and we've been calling them OOPS, Operation Open Play Saturday. We've been having a lot of fun. We get a lot of support from the owner, Tim, and a lot of the gameplay is Rebels. So, go ahead.
Yeah, like I always thought about like just fun game types. I took a lot of inspiration from like real world stuff, video game stuff. I just tried to put a little airsoft spin onto it. It's I have some good ideas, some bad ideas, but that's why I like working with Kiefer. I throw it out there, and he tells me to stop, slow down. What are you trying to explain?
And I think
So,
the use of the props too.
yeah,
Like we have simplistic props that we can change up for a variety of games now.
yeah. I just think the most simpler the game is, the easier it's gonna the more fun it's gonna be.
Mhm.
Because I understand like those bigger events, yes, you wanna do this, do that, do that, do that. But, we're dealing with some newer players, so easiest is best.
Yes.
If you're only going after like even if it's 3 laptops, it's still a laptop that you gotta find your color. Plain and simple. It's no rocket you don't have to worry about trying to add numbers or anything like that. It's just go. Let's have fun.
And I think the 20-minute time limit and then a 15-minute break and then
Oh
a
yeah,
20-minute time limit, you're not killing the people, although people have said that 20-minute time limit is, high pace and they're tired. And
but,
during the
oh,
15-minute break, they take the break.
yeah. Plus, like we heard too that they have such good firefights,
Yes.
and it's unbelievable because like almost every time, like last time we did it this way, we did this at I did this at the spur of the moment for a 15-minute cooldown
Yeah.
because we go to a lot of places, not just one or the other, but sometimes it's like a half-hour cooldown,
Yeah.
and people don't want to play anymore. So I figured like 15 minutes is good, and I'm the last one off the field. I wait till everybody else is off the field, and I start the time when I get off the field.
I
So
think that
everyone has
that makes a difference, though, Kev.
yeah. So I figured when I get off the field, 15 minutes start, and I announce it too. I just don't start it and say nothing. I'm like 15 minutes, we're heading back out, and people actually, oh yeah, okay, cool, filling and everything.
Now, did you see on the second? Now, the first game was a washout, but I mean, on the
Yeah.
second game, did you see anybody sit out intentionally after games?
Only towards the end of the day when everybody was getting tired.
Yeah.
But other than that, too, it was a little wet out too and all that, but it wasn't too bad. But yeah, but most of the part, everybody was out there. Like I know we go to places, and I know a lot of people are not a fan of Rat's Nest
Yeah.
because A, it's so far away, and B, they don't get to the end of the day. But when we did it in the beginning, everybody was happier. Like, all right, cool, we got the furthest walk out of the way. Because I know we got asked that. Are we going back there at all? I'm like, no, we're done. Yes, okay, what I mean?
I've had
So
I've had people say, "Oh, are we going to the Pines?" Oh, I ain't walking all the way back there.
yeah,
And that's a turnoff right away if they
yeah,
hear that. Oh, I got to go all the way to hell back there and walk, which has been a turnoff for me at another field that I went. That we started, and I'm like, why don't we go here at this field? No, we're walking way the frig back here and get there, and I'm so tired. And then you play, and then oh frig, I got to walk all the way back here.
yeah,
And about 3-4 times, my knee was done. So
yeah,
that's just my opinion, like my physical ability.
yeah. Because I just want to try to hit every field that we could, like every map on that at EMR, because they all have their ups and
Nuance,
downs.
like a nuance. They
So
all have their own
yeah,
nuance.
so and two, like this is not a super serious thing, so it's like, you lost. Who cares? As long as you're having fun, that's all I care about.
One of the things I want to mention is that Tim is very generous about letting us do
Oh,
this. We're running it. He is all over
absolutely.
us doing this. Um, the the big thing that I heard from him, sort of like in passing, was that he didn't know if he was going to still run the field in 2025.
I hope he does.
I hope he does too, but if he does sell it, whoever buys the field, they might be pretty open to people doing stuff and things like that. I hope. I hope.
Plus, maybe Tim say, "Hey, these guys know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Please let them trust them if they ask, any questions." Because I know, like when we first started going to EMR, we helped EMR too of playing airsoft. We gave some ideas. They modified some stuff and all that too. Then, to me, I think it was turned out to a great place to play.
Now, I just want
I
to.
like the rule set the most. The rule set is my favorite rule set out of the fields that we go to.
I just want to mention something. Rebel screen froze a mid thing there. Now you're back, but I mean you were froze there in like mid movement for a second there. So like it don't, if people see this and they're like, oh, what happened to him? He's froze. They're like, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Which brings me up to my next point. We have been talking about trying to run an event.
An actual event.
An actual event where you pay a ticket for an 8-hour game with objectives and the whole 9 yards. Now, there's a certain dollar amount attached to it to start with if we go at EMR.
Yeah.
Which would mean we'd need at least 100 people to show up for this. Well, we figured we could pay it off if we got 50 people to show up with a certain price range, but it would actually be better to get 100. And my feeling, I don't know how you feel on this, but my feeling is less is more. I don't want 500 people there. I don't want 300 people there. 100 people is fantastic.
Yeah, well, there'll be 100 plus because the way we're thinking about doing is having extra people, but it's going to help the gameplay. It's not going to hurt the gameplay. So it's going to be a little more than 100, but it's going to be at least 50 on each side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just one of those things that I think like it would be real good, or what we're going to be doing. We have a lot of different games types. We're going to have basically a green versus tan or red versus blue. I don't know which one we're going to do. And we're also going to have a third team, which is actually part of the gameplay.
Yeah.
With NPCs.
Yeah.
I think that's a lot of fun. A lot of people don't like that, but I like an idea that an NPC can move the game along.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And it's not going to be the same thing over like all day. We're going to change it up a little bit.
And there is going to be 2 main missions, one for each team. It's not the same mission.
And different props too.
And different props. And there's going to be side missions which both teams can do all during the day. Yeah. And and that is the big thing. You want to give the main objective that they want to get done. They might go crazy and get it done in 4 hours, but if there's all these side missions they could do, that's also something that we can throw out there.
If the NPCs mess with them, they can take longer.
Yes. I think the whole idea behind this is going to be very good if we get
the people.
If we get the field and get the people there, because I know we would have the Patriots and another team, no problem, would sign up to be the third team. They've done it before with us at another event at another place, and we had a blast. And there was only about 20 of us there, and we did get overrun quite a bit. But I'm like, it was a lot of fun with the 20 people just changing the objective.
Yeah.
We had the refs call us. We were the cops at the time. We had the refs call us and say, hey, if you get a mission for green, take them out. And we did that. We actually had an escort this green through our territory. And as we got there, they're all looking at me. I had a 30 caliber. I wiped them out. I opened up. Everybody turned and started firing at him. The green got pissed off. But green was so far ahead that the refs in charge, the guys in charge of the game, said, we got to give tan some chance to get this stuff. Yeah. So now green got wiped out with this objective, which we then stole. Then tan could come and raid us and get it. And we at certain times they told us Tan's getting a little ahead. Why don't you kick the shit out of Tan? So we would barter with Tan and refuse them passage through our territory. You know, it was things like that just to move the gameplay along.
Yeah.
And we
So
also could be requested to do something.
So I just want to circle back. You said at least we need at least 50 people to cover the field cost.
Yes.
So with the 100 people that we're planning on 100 plus, is the additional 50 people extra. That's gonna we want to donate that to a good what is that word? Like foundation. We
Yes.
want to donate to a good foundation. We haven't reached out to them yet or anything because we want to make sure our ducks are in a row before we say anything. So, we do want to donate what's ever left over from paying the field off to this foundation.
And I think a charity game will bring out more people.
Yeah.
Than an actual just like, straight up whatever. Or it's being sponsored by this company that's selling you shit.
Yeah. And, I don't know, I know you and I we're still BSing about this. We've been talking about this for ever since we started doing the open plays.
Like 2 years at least.
Yeah, and we talked to Tim about it too, and he likes it how we're doing is he's letting us run open plays. So he's looking at us how we are with the players. Are we just too much relaxed? We're gonna let whoever do whatever, or are we gonna make sure people follow the rules? And I hope it's showing that we are. And Tim's still letting us do this, so we're doing something good.
Yeah.
So I don't want to stop. I want to keep doing oops because I think we're having a blast.
One of the things I want to mention too, when we mentioned this to Tim about it, he was gung ho, like you said.
Yeah.
But he also has access to a guy that has a food truck. Now this would be a food truck they're charging their own. They're dealing with their own stuff. It's not part of our thing.
We got nothing to do with.
But there would be food available,
Yeah.
which I think would be awesome.
Yeah. And we got food from there in past events.
Yes.
Good food. Really good food.
I think the field can handle 100 people without an issue.
Oh, absolutely. Especially if we're using the whole thing.
But once you get past that 100 mark, and I'm not talking about the extra team, I'm talking about over 100 physical players. You start falling all over each other.
Yeah.
I watch certain games there, and I'm like, you're like just, too many people shooting at each other went out of spawns.
Yeah. And you don't know who's who.
Yeah.
And you're wearing green and tan.
And the big thing that I want to do is if we do red and blue, which actually makes more sense to me, because some of our props are red and blue, tape one team blue. I know that will piss people off, or we could tape one team green.
Or make them wear red and blue. I think that would be interesting. I would love to see people wearing blue camo.
So what about if they come in blue jeans?
Yeah.
Blue shirt and blue jeans. That's blue.
Yeah.
But if they come in camo with no designation, if they're on the red team, we won't tape them. But if they're on the blue team and they didn't come in regular camo, they would have to have tape on. So that's just my thought. And if they get mad about that, say, hey, it was a blue or red scheme.
Yeah, I know we're still talking about it, but I don't know. I kind of like to, because me personally, I would love to go get blue camo just because my favorite color is blue. So, but yeah, I don't know. We're still talking about it. We still have a lot of details we gotta hammer out.
I think it would be a lot of fun. I really do.
Yeah.
But this is something that I'd like to have an 8-hour game. I don't think I want to go longer than that. Well, just from my aspect, I don't think I could handle it for over 8 hours. Maybe I could. I don't know.
I'll have to get you a wheelchair.
Might have to.
So I want to make a little pivot turn here. So I want to talk about, the future for Oops. I know you and I were discussing stuff, and how I feel is I think Oops is a good mixture of open play and like milsimish, like stuff. So I think it's a good introduction to newer players for bigger Milsim games.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of want to stick with that motif because I think it'll help. I think it'll just help a lot of people, especially like newer players or existing players. They can relax a little bit. They can practice on. They can practice stuff or not. You know what I mean? That's just me. Like I think we could really get this better, get this going. I know the idea that I threw out to our team of having a oops day, but you're out on the field for a majority of the day, but you will still take breaks. But I just want to throw that little what if you want to go to a big Milsom game, you know, how would you do, like how would you handle that being on the field for that long? Of course, we'll all go off for lunch, then we can all come back on later. But I know we're still throwing around ideas, this and that. But for me, I want to keep doing oops just because it's just it sounds funny, and some of the things some of the names we come up with too is pretty funny. So that's just me. How do you feel about
Oh,
oops?
I think that'll work. So this all like works out in the end that if Tim does still keep the field in 2025 and has open plays, we're going to keep running these open play events if we
Yeah,
can. If he doesn't and he sells it off, we'll have to talk to the new owner. Maybe
yeah,
he'll say, "Hey, you guys want to do it every month?" Maybe he'll have an oops day every month for it with us. You know, that would be fine with us.
yeah.
Well, I hope it would work out. We don't know how that would work.
So
I don't, could you do an oops every month?
it's I have to wait on my work schedule, but possibly yes.
See, the thing of it is too, like right now we're scheduling these oops events are actually on the same day that we have training at my house.
Yeah,
So it's an alternate place to go instead of my house. We go to EMR. If we every month went to EMR, that sort of would negate my coming to my house, which is no big deal. But I think maybe every other month or something like that, we could talk to him. If Tim's not having it, if another company has it, we could talk to them about doing it every other month or something like that.
yeah.
I'm sure that we have enough props and stuff that we could bring and have a good time with the people that come.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Those like too. We always go back to the old school playing of just attack, defend, kill. You know what I mean? Like we don't have to use props every time, but
Yeah.
it's good to throw something in different.
And it's also going to depend on if Tim does sell the place. The new owner, might say, "Hey, we're going to do full auto and 450 with two O's," and
Well,
that'll just totally destroy the field, in my opinion.
well, so like it'll be a thing though if we're able to do it, then we'll say, listen, this is a rule set that we want to do. So
We'd have to see what the people think and
yeah,
go from there. I think it'd be a lot of fun.
yeah,
Um, whether the people would like if they're used to it. Like I know this field I go to in New York, where I used to go to, they got a new owner and they switched over to full auto for their open plays. And I was there with a teammate of mine. He stayed for about a half an hour and he was gone. I stayed for about an hour and I was gone.
yeah,
And it was just overshoot, uh, like not calling hits, very very unsafe or place to play, and
yeah.
I didn't want to go back there. So
But
I hope that's not what happened. I hope that doesn't happen to EMR though.
yeah, same.
So I think we're gonna wrap this one up, and hopefully, if you guys have any questions or have any input, we'd really appreciate it. I'm going to put a link in the description for our team, for EMR, and hopefully you get on and their website. He does post the airsoft schedule, and if he's around in 2025, he will post the airsoft schedule then.
Yeah. So the biggest thing I just want to say is, if whoever comes out, please tell us how you like it or you don't like it.
Yeah,
I'm not afraid to take negativity because I'm a player too, and I want to have fun. So if there's something you don't like, please say something like the Margaritaville game that we did last year. That Spawn. A lot of people told us they didn't like that. Well, we changed it, so I hope it works out better this time.
And I
But again,
think, yeah,
don't tell us. We're gonna take it to heart, but we're not gonna take it to heart against you. It's gonna be hard against us because we should have planned it better, or especially me. I should have planned it better.
it
But
was a good idea though.
it was a good idea, yeah. But you win some, you lose some, and I really want to hear what everybody has to say,
yep,
good or bad. Like I just want to know because you know you can only get better if you with the right information.
true.
So
Feedback is important.
yeah. So again, please let us know how you guys how everyone likes it. Uh, this is all for it's all for fun. It's not that you're not gonna be like win or nothing or gonna lose. We're just gonna have fun.
All right, this has been Keeper, and
Rebel.
I hope you guys enjoyed our little podcast here. And as always, you guys have a good day. Thanks for listening.
Keep your stick on the ice.
I'm just here to have fun.